So in today's video, I'm going to be letting Pinterest choose what I read for the week. Basically, you go on your Pinterest home feed and the first book that pops up is the first book that I'm going to read. So the rules that I've set for myself is if it's a picture of a few books, I'm just going to pick one from the stack or the options. So let's get started. I'm going to open Pinterest. And here's my home feed, and literally the first, well, not the first, but the second picture that pops up is the Natural series. So I guess we're reading some more of the Natural series, which is actually right here displayed. I've read the first two, so I guess I'm gonna be picking up All In. This is the first book for today's video. So I did really enjoy these other books. When I read them, I think I read both of them in one sitting because they're just so fast paced. They get straight to the story. The characters, I just love to read about the characters. It's basically Criminal Minds. They're a bunch of profilers. I'm sure you've all heard that because that's how everyone describes it, but basically it's a group of young adults and they all have profiling abilities and they kind of form like a kids FBI team, and in each book there's like a case that they follow and how it connects with them, and then there's also the friendships and the found family aspect between them, and then also a little romance. So it has all of it, and I'm actually very excited to read this. So let's get started. Update time. I am actually halfway done with All In and I'm almost to page 200. Y'all, this book is flying by. It literally feels like I've been reading this book for a total of like 2 hours. I started this like 2 days ago and I didn't read a bunch yesterday, but I read a little bit today and it literally does not feel that much, but I'm halfway done with it and that's insane to me. Her writing is so easy to read. It's so fast paced, and with this series you get so connected with the cases that they're on, like with the Naturals and their different abilities, and you get like in the mind of the serial killer and like all the different things that like piece together. It's so like meticulous. I love this series so much because I was obsessed with Criminal Minds when I watched it. I still love it and it's so similar, so I'm very much attached to the series. I love the found family. I love the fact that in each book it's like a different case that they're working on, and little things in the case will have to do with one of the characters in here and like their personal life or their past. And I love that each book you get to see more things about each character's past. So I am loving it. I think it's perfect for the mood that I'm in with the whole like fall vibe coming up, and it's perfect because it's, you know, Criminal Minds but young adult, and it's easy to read and you don't really have to turn on your mind that much when you're reading this. But yeah, I just thought I would give a little update. I really want to finish it today, and I think that I could definitely finish it today because of how quickly I read this first part, but I'm very much into the storyline. I'm very interested on the case, and there's little chapters that will happen where it's you and it's the point of view of the serial killer and like what they're thinking, and so you try to like put the pieces together and you wonder if like you've met the person yet and like who it could be and all the different puzzle pieces fitting together, and I just love that part of the book so much. So yeah, I'm definitely into it. I'm trying my best to figure out who it could be, but I was never right on the last two books, so probably won't be right again this time, but I'm definitely enjoying it. Like I said, I want to finish it tonight, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Is just that I am loving it and I love this series so much. It's so comforting. And I read The Inheritance Games, the first book, but once I finish the Natural series I'm going to read the other two books because I know that I would have the same feelings for that book too. But anyways, that's it. Just want to give a quick little update on how I'm feeling, which is amazing. And if you haven't read this series, I think right now would be a perfect time to start it with the fall coming up, so I definitely recommend. But yeah, that's all for now, and I'll probably come back whenever I finish it. This book is insane, along with all of her other books. Insane. I am almost done. I have 60 pages left, I think, and something just got revealed, and with there's 60 pages being left, I know that there's more to the story. Also, there's a lot of things that haven't been uncovered yet, so I'm very interested if it's just gonna go on into the next book, because there's one more book after this one, so I don't know, but my mind is blown. These kind of books where it's like not a fluffy romance or like a fantasy, if it's like this, there's like killing or a thriller or horror, anything like that, I'm just so creeped out. Like even the young adult ones like this, they just creep me out when it's nighttime. It's just like, I don't know, I just feel creeped out. So it sucks that I'm reading this at night, but I'm enjoying it, and I didn't guess what happened. I never would have guessed it. I don't know how she's so good at writing it, or if I'm just dumb. Am I the problem? Do you guys guess it right in these books? In the Natural series, did you guys guess any of the things right? I have some suspicions, but I don't have a guess, if that makes sense. Like, I'm suspicious of a few people, but I'm not accusing them, if that makes sense. Anyways, I want to finish this tonight, but at the same time, I don't want to stay up too late. I'll come back if I finish it, but if I don't finish it tonight, I'm definitely finishing it in the morning. But anyways, I'm gonna keep reading for now because it's like a drug. I just need to know what happens. So, I finished this. What the heck? That was insane. There were so many different things that added up together and that you figure out. And this one has so many in it compared to the other two, which the other one, the last one, had a lot. But this one was actually insane. It ended and there's so many things that like weren't talked about again. And I just know that the last book is gonna be so good. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 stars. And I genuinely think that the last one could be a possible 5-star book. I love this series. It's so quick to read. It's so easy to read that I read it just like that. The only reason it's not a 5-star is just because I didn't get the 5-star feeling, but my jaw was on the floor at some points. I was in shock. I did not guess like anything right. I'm very happy that this was chosen for this video because I don't think that I would have picked it up anytime soon if it wasn't for a video like this. So I'm very happy with that. Anyways, let's go on Pinterest and find the next read. I'm excited and I'm nervous. I've been on Pinterest the past few days and I've seen books that will come up and I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I go on Pinterest when I'm not filming for the next book yet? Because those are books that I would have loved to have read. So let's see. Okay, here's some books, but I can't see what those are. I've already read Flawless. Oh my gosh, I just dropped my phone. There's absolutely no way that this is the book that was next. That's insane because she wrote The Naturals. If you guys don't know, I'm freaking out. And I talked about this earlier. I'm pretty sure I talked about it in this video that I wanted to read this too. That's insane. Anyways, I actually feel like this is a perfect read though. Again, like it's continuing like the cozy Jennifer Lynn Barnes quick young adult vibes that's going on. So I'm actually obsessed with this. I love the blue cover. Absolutely obsessed. It's so cozy and mysterious and fall vibes. And today Starbucks fall menu came out. So I'm gonna start this one. I'm drinking my pumpkin chai latte, whatever it's called. The first one, I'll explain what the first one is. Oh my gosh, I don't even remember their names. So it follows Avery, and she is this girl that's just a high school student, and then all of a sudden she inherits this huge inheritance from this random guy that died, and he comes from this super rich, like he's literally a bajillionaire, and his family doesn't get any of it, so his grandsons are about her age, and the guy that died would always play riddles with them, so they're trying to figure out what his last riddle is, like how does she get the inheritance? They've never met this girl. She doesn't know who these people are. And it's kind of like you just figure out that and like the mystery, and there's other things that happen. And I really did enjoy this book. I think I gave it 4 stars. But it was, again, fast-paced, so easy to read. So I'm very excited to read this one because I feel like that's the vibe that I'm in. It's just a quick, good book. So yeah, I do recommend this if you haven't read it yet. I feel like now, once again, like The Naturals would be a perfect time to read it. I'm gonna pick this up later. I'm not gonna pick it up right now because I have to do a few things, but I just wanted to come and say that I finished the last book and I wanted to go ahead and get this book so I knew what I was reading next. But yeah, I will come back whenever I do start this. So I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I'm almost done with the book. I'm sorry, I know I didn't give any updates. I've been listening to it on Spotify audiobook because I did my nails last night. Here's what my nails look like. Brown chrome for fall. But it took me a little bit and I listened to like over half of the book. I'm like halfway through chapter 67. So here she is. That's how far I'm into it. Yeah, that's a lot. So basically, I'm not super into the story. I have a little guess now. Someone came to join, Miss Mango. This is my sister's cat that I'm cat sitting while she's at school, but she was meowing, so she's here now. Anyways, what I was saying about this book, I don't know why, but I'm just not that into it. I think it's just because I read The Naturals and then this after that my expectations are so high up there because I love The Naturals and I'm so obsessed with it that this just feels like it's not reaching the bar for me. So I don't know, there have been like recollections in it where you could be like, oh my gosh, but it just feels like predictable to me. I'm definitely enjoying it because I love the characters and I do enjoy hearing about the story, but like I don't care to pick it up. You know what I mean? I'm not on the edge of my seat like, oh, what's gonna happen, like I was with All In. I enjoyed the first one, but I don't really remember what I rated it. I think looking back on it, I would probably rate it like a 3.75 because I enjoyed it, but it's just, I didn't love it. Like I wasn't obsessed with it, you know? Anyways, I can't really say much else about this book because it is the second one and I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot of things that happen with the characters and a lot of things that happened in the first book are talked about and wrapped up in this one, I guess, because there was still some questions I had. But at the same time, another reason why I think that I didn't rate the other one as good, like I should take it down, is because when I first started this, I didn't remember like hardly anything from the first one. I didn't remember some of the characters' names and like what their points were in the book, which I guess it's understandable because it's kind of like a big family that she lives with now that she got the inheritance from. And I feel like it's just this series, it's just not a hit for me because with the Natural series, I remembered all the characters and all the cases and the details and everything, and I read those books. It's been a while actually. It's been, I think it was last year whenever I read the first two, so it's been a minute. So yeah, those are my updates. I'll probably come back whenever I finish it because there's not that much left. Okay, wait, so maybe it's just because I was listening to the audiobook that this isn't as good as it could be. I think I'm the problem. I think I was holding back its potential because that was actually good. That was a good little plot twist. So I don't know, it is good. Was I being too picky? Maybe it's just the audiobook. I'm not as connected to it versus me reading it and imagining it. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna keep reading and I will come back probably when I'm done. So I finished this book. I listened to it on audiobook again because I wanted to. I don't know. I read some of it. I read a few chapters and then I wanted to play solitaire. So I played solitaire and I listened to the audiobook. I enjoyed the ending of this. It was weird. I don't know. There was a lot of different things happening. It was good. I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 stars though because it's not my favorite, but it was still good. You know, like I was still interested in what was gonna happen, but I wasn't like shocked on things that were happening. But overall it was a good read and I would recommend the series. I'm just obsessed with this specific cover. Like with the gold and the blue is just giving like cozy dark academia vibes. Anyways, I'm gonna choose the next book now. I'm actually nervous because I don't want a long book, so I'm kind of going for the same genre where it's like short and young adult and like easy to read, or something on Audible where I can listen to it while I still get stuff done today, just because I'm running a bit behind on scheduling wise. So I'm really hoping I don't get a long book, and I'm scared because every time I go on Pinterest it's been like a few long books, like The Right Move, a part of the Windy City series. That's a kind of a long book. Those kind of books have been popping up on my Pinterest, so fingers crossed that I get a cute little short romance. I really do want to read a romance. We have Fourth Wing, which I've already read, so can't read that. Love on the Brain is the first book. I've never read an Ali Hazelwood book before, but I don't own this. So honestly, do they have it on audiobook? Because if they have it on audiobook, then I'm just gonna listen to it because I don't have the physical copy of that. The only Ali Hazelwood book that I own is The Love Hypothesis, but like I said, I've never read an Ali Hazelwood book before. Okay, well they do have it on audiobook, so I'm just gonna listen to it on audiobook. I know that they're romances and I know there's always like a little science element, so I'm interested. I've been wanting to read her new book, so maybe if I like this one then I'll pick up Not in Love. But yeah, I'm gonna read this. I am excited and I am nervous, so let's just get to reading. Please ignore my heatless curls. I forgot to film before my sister did these, so you're just gonna have to deal with these being in the clip. I don't care. My mom works at a library, so she actually got me the copy of Love on the Brain from the library. Currently on chapter 12. These chapters are long. I am that much done. I'm almost halfway. I'm like a chapter away from being halfway done. I have been listening to audiobook and then I read a few chapters. But yeah, I just want to give you a little update. Basically, wow, I forgot their names. So Levi is the main guy, and B, I think her name is just B, follows her, and she works in science, obviously. I knew it was a romance and I knew it had science because all of her books kind of follow that. So they both work in like the science, and then they knew each other back in grad school, I think it was. They were like nemesis, and she thought that he hated her, and so she didn't like him because he was rude. And she has this big work opportunity, and then she realizes that she's co-doing it with him, and basically he's was a jerk again in the beginning, but some things are thawing, and that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil it. But I definitely know a few things, like it's kind of predictable. It definitely took me a little bit to get into it, but I think that's just because I was listening to it in the beginning because I didn't have the book yet. I genuinely think for an audiobook to do justice for a book, I have to start reading the book, and once I'm in and I picture the characters and I know all the characters' names and everything, then I can switch to the audiobook, because going into the audiobook and not picturing anything yet, it just never works out for me. But anyways, I'm enjoying it. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. But it did take me a while, like I said, to get into it, and the whole like science aspect, it's kind of a different language to me. But anyways, I'm interested to see how it goes. Honestly, I'm not that interested to see how it goes, if I'm being honest. I know how it's gonna go. So it's like I'm not super loving it, but that's fine. It doesn't mean that Ali Hazelwood's books aren't for me. I feel like I would really enjoy Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I think that I would enjoy like The Love Hypothesis too, probably. Anyways, I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna read a lot tonight. But anyways, I just want to give you a little update now that I'm like basically halfway through. And yeah, that's all for me right now. I might come back with something if anything happens. But like I said, I feel like I know everything that's gonna happen. So I'm just chilling. Once again, we are in fact ignoring this. I'm reading this. I can't say this because it's a spoiler. I'm gonna try to get this in the least non-spoiler way. But this whole entire page, look at this, is a text message / email thing. Literally giggling. Also, listening to Harry Potter ambiance on my laptop. Peaceful day at Hogwarts, Harry Potter music and ambiance. Full day night cycle, Hogwarts legacy. Fall is coming. My Harry Potter phase is defrosting. Simple as that. I'm gonna get back to it. The ending of this was so cute, and like the unraveling of a few things that I knew were gonna happen. And I know I said it was predictable, and the things that I knew were gonna happen happened, but she wrote it in a way that even though I knew it was gonna happen, I still enjoyed reading it. You know what I mean? That's just the comforting, nice feeling of a good predictable romance book. So I have some mixed emotions. Also, I'm matching. Anyways, I have some mixed emotions about this book. Some qualms I have. The main girl, I feel like she was so delulu throughout the whole book. I was like, girl, wake up. Girl, open your eyes. Look what's right in front of you. And she was just not. But it was resolved in the end, and there's reasons. So it's like the things that I did not really like had things that made up for it in the end. And a few things like felt repetitive. The writing, some things felt repetitive. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna give it a 3.75. I think that it was really good, and I would definitely recommend it, and it definitely does make me want to read more of her books. I think that this might not be my favorite though, but I did enjoy reading it. That concludes this video. All of my Pinterest books right here. Oh, all right, all in. What did I give this? A 4.5? I think I gave this a 4.5. And if I didn't, this is my official rating, is a 4.5. What did I give this? So actually I don't remember what I rated these two, but my official ratings now, locking them in, 4.5, 3.5, 3.75. I think this video was a success. I think that it made me read some books like these that I've been wanting to pick up, but I haven't picked up because I've been reading other books for videos. And then it also made me read a new author. If you ever want to try this, I recommend, because it's exciting just reading a random book. But I think that I will definitely do this again, or something like this. Maybe Bookstagram picks what I read, so like the first book on my explore page on Instagram. I don't know, something like that, because I did enjoy this video and I think that it's really fun. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment what book you're currently reading, and if you suggest I read it. All my socials are linked down in my link tree in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I see you in the next one. Bye!